What happened to Maura Murray? Let's go over the timeline of the day that she disappeared. At 12:55 p.m., her computer search history shows that she was looking into renting a condo in New Hampshire, where her family used to vacation. At 1 p.m., she sends a seemingly normal email to her boyfriend Billy after missing a lot of calls from him. At 1:13 p.m., she leaves a voicemail from one of her classmates stating that she borrowed a lab coat and wanted to return it. At 1:44 p.m., she leaves an email for her professors and work supervisors saying that there was a death in the family and she needs to take a week away. There was in fact no death in the family, and it is another lie. At 2:18 p.m., she calls her boyfriend back and leaves him a message saying that she will talk to him soon. He missed the call because he was on the phone with her friend, worried about Maura. Over the next few minutes, she misses several phone calls from her boyfriend because she is busy packing up her entire dorm room into a couple boxes that she leaves on her bed. On top of the boxes, there is a printed out email from Billy, her boyfriend, 6 months ago, talking about an incident where he cheated. At 3 p.m., she leaves UMass and is headed towards the White Mountains. At 3:30 p.m., Maura withdraws $280 from an ATM out of her bank account. This only leaves her with $16 to her name. Security footage from the ATM shows that Maura is alone and she doesn't appear to be stressed or pressured in any way. She then proceeds to go to a liquor store, purchase $40 worth of alcohol, and make her last phone call, which is to her dorm room to check her voicemail. At 7:20, a resident reports an accident on Route 112. It was Maura, and her car was in pretty bad shape. She seemed to have hit something like a tree or a snowbank, and when she was headed east, spun around, and her car was facing in the wrong direction, facing west. The picture above is her car after the accident. The witness who called in the accident said that there were two people in the car. There was, in fact, a man in the passenger side seat smoking a cigarette, which is very plausible because both airbags deployed, although later on the witness retracted that statement and said she must have been seeing. At 7:33, a school bus driver stopped to see if Maura needed help. He lived right down the road and insisted that he call the police. Maura begged him not to, and claimed that she already called AAA, which this man knew was not true because there was no service in the area. Again, another lie. So he got home and immediately called the police. What the heck happened to Maura Murray? I told you guys that this was going to be a long journey. Probably these videos will go into tomorrow. So welcome to part 4. We left off talking about the timeline of Maura's last day, and there is still a lot to go over. After the bus driver called the police, he noted that she did not seem to be injured in any way. There was no blood, even though it was a horrific and traumatic crash. She did seem to be intoxicated, and she was shivering. At 7:46, the first police officers arrived onto the scene. What they found was very strange, or in this case, also what they didn't find. They didn't find Maura. They didn't find any footprints in the snow. It was like she simply vanished. They found red wine that had been drank out of an empty Coke bottle. They found Maura's AAA card, blank accident report forms, and a book on surviving the White Mountains depicting stories about hikers that had just disappeared or left with severe injuries, which to me that's a little strange. I would think that she was planning a disappearance from that book. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Makeup, jewelry, black leathered gloves, and her favorite stuffed animal was also in the car. What wasn't there were her credit cards, her cell phone, or her picture ID. At 7:54, a bolo was put out to look for a woman traveling on foot. A contractor coming home from work did call the police around 8 and 8:30, claiming to have seen a woman matching Maura's description traveling by foot east on 112. It's very possible it could have been her. Later on in the story, Billy, while in the airport coming to help look for Maura, received a very mysterious phone call from a phone card, and it just was heavy breathing, sobbing, and some whimpers, and he really, to this day, thinks it was Maura. That's the timeline of her last day, and boy, is there a lot to unpack. I will be posting a video tomorrow with all of the theories, but for now, think about it, research it, form your own conclusions, and we will talk about it.